Wanda was supposed to become you.
Oh?
Caretaker would not bring back the Hunter, so Wanda had to be the new Hunter. Replacing you was too much to ask of her.
I thought Wanda was exceptionally capable.
Of course, but the pressure for her to become the fabled Hunter is what led to the accident with Agatha.
Now it seems I am Wanda's replacement.
Not to me, Hunter. You are incapable of replacing her.
I get it. You were trying to start a beef between Wanda and I because you were bored.
Take that back.
Only if Wanda would disagree.
You fight dirty, Hunter. That is why I tolerate you. We must do this again.
Been meaning to ask, when you woke up and saw a half-vampire in the Abbey, well, was your first thought about killing me?
You had not proven yourself an enemy, so I did not treat you as such.
As long as you think fast, there's a fine line between choosing your target and hesitating. If I become a threat to the rest of you, or to the people out in the world, what I'm asking is, if I lost control, would you stop me? Could you do what needs doing?
Do you want me to promise I will?
If I began to treat people like food, if I killed the innocent for the sport of it, damn right I want to promise.
If you are ever a threat to yourself and others, I will treat you like any other vampire.
Good. I don't know how Lilith does her thing, but I refuse to become one of her fallen. If there's ever a question, I want you to know my answer.
I understand.
All right then. Didn't expect to have that much fun.
I'm glad you're fitting in. We've heard so many stories about you that we didn't really know what to expect.
What did you hear?
That you were a godlike hero walking the earth, single-handedly holding back the forces of evil.
I was more like a demigod. My only real flaw was mortality.
And to think, I worried it might go to your head. Speaking of which, I'm surprised you and Caretaker keep butting heads. She always spoke of you so fondly.
Whatever differences we have, I am sure we can work them out.
Good. It stresses Robbie out when you two fight. The Midnight Suns have all dealt with Caretaker when she's prickly. If you ever need a vent, we get it.
Thanks, Nico.
Of course, what are friends for? Ah, so you hunt the perfect gifts too.
Are you all right? You have not said much.
It's hard to explain.
You could try.
The Abbey is just... I don't know how to put this, but it's too quiet.
You could drive the Hellride around the Abbey grounds.
You know how dead Caretaker would kill me if I did donuts in the yard.
Moderately dead. I have done worse.
Like what?
When I was 12, I rolled our wagon off a mountain road to see if I could make it fly.
Could you?
Not at all.
You gotta tell me that story.
Maybe later. What has you frustrated?
I think I'm homesick. This is the longest I've ever been from the neighborhood, from Gabe. I think it's getting to me. I know I can't go home until this is over, but knowing doesn't make it easier.
All right, there's magic.
No idea. Why?
You're going to stop my mother right now. Then we will get you home.
Hunter, I appreciate the initiative, but I don't think we're ready for that quite yet.
Methodical preparation is the smarter approach. Perhaps we can try tomorrow.
Hey, after all this, if you ever need to get away, you're always welcome to crash at my place.
Are you certain?
Friends are always welcome in my home. Oh, speaking of which, you and Parker will need to fight over who gets the couch and who gets the air mattress. Wish we could do this all day.
After all that's happened, I find myself most upset about what I left behind in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
And what was that?
A collection of DVDs. I know it's irrational to want them back, but I can't stop thinking of them.
I hope it was not the Tony Stark experience, the musical stylings and lifestyle lessons of Tony Stark.
I swear it wasn't. Is that even real?
No idea. I assume it could be. So, what was on your collection?
Old musicals. They brought me comfort during the difficult times in my childhood.
What were they about?
Simple times in a simpler world. I know it wasn't like that, not really. But I always wondered if it could be. That's so considerate. Thank you.
It's good to have you around, Hunter. You don't treat me like some of the others.
How so?
America didn't exist in your time. With you, I get to be Steve from Brooklyn. Just a guy with a shield.
We are all in this fight together. Why would we not treat each other as equals?
And I appreciate it. I hope you know that. You have your own legend to deal with. That expectation must give you some trouble.
It can be hard to live up to what everyone thinks I am.
Then don't. Live up to your ideals. Everything else will fall into place. Like it or not, your words and actions carry a lot of weight. Don't lose sight of that.
Thanks. I will keep that in mind.
Sorry. Didn't mean to lecture. Let's get back to it. That was a great time.
You were more laid back than I expected.
I'm on vacation.
Fighting the mother of demons is vacation?
Okay, I'm on sabbatical. Compared to teaching a bunch of kids, this is vacation.
I cannot picture you as a teacher.
To be honest, neither can most of the kids. But nobody wants to piss off Professor Knifehands, so they shut up and listen. Mostly.
Who called you Professor Knifehands?
Molly Hayes. Sweet kid. One of Nico's runaways back when. Also on the short list of people who truly kicked my ass.
A sweet kid kicked your ass.
Yeah, I shouldn't have made her cry. When she's upset, she'll punch you through an entire church.
So you made a sweet kid cry, and then she kicked your ass?
They have to learn how to deal with smack talk. If an enemy gets inside your head, you've already lost. So I started off easy and made fun of her goofy hat. And then she hit me. and I shot up like the puck in a carnival game. When I came to, my bottom half was dangling from the roof of the danger room.
Then what happened?
The kid was a mess. Just a waterfall of tears and snot. She thought she'd really hurt me. And if I'm being honest, that's why I teach there.
To make kids cry?
Nah, that's a perk. I teach them because they don't know their limits. I can be the mistake they learn from, and not the one that haunts them for the rest of their days. We're doing this again, no question.
I've been here for such a short time, and I feel like this is a better education than I'm receiving at Empire State.
You attend school.
Yeah, grad school. But I meant all the superhero stuff. Before this, I've had to figure out everything on my own. Here, I have access to 2 whole superhero teams, each with their own way of doing things. It's eye-opening.
How can you attend school and be Spider-Man?
That's what I keep asking myself. I didn't think I could do both right now, but I'm lucky. One of my professors went to bat for me. For now, it's remote study.
That is good.
Yeah, we're saving the world, but I can make grad school work around that. What do you think I'm up to between missions? So what's your preference? I heard you spent much of your life working solo. Is the team cramping your style?
I cannot expect the team to always be there, but I need to support them when they are around.
See, that's what I'm trying to do. Shore up the team when they need it, and do my own thing when they don't. You want to figure it out together? Let me know the next time you train.
Sounds good.
Great. Just, not an hour before dawn. As he puts it, that's blade time in the yard. We're doing this again, right?
When this is over, we should go skiing.
The 2 of us?
Oh, I meant the whole team, but sure. Either works for me.
Why ski when you can fly?
I'm not just my powers hunter. Sometimes I like to take it slow, just roll with the mountainside. Don't you?
I will try skiing if you do not mind teaching me.
That's the spirit. Maybe ski instructor is my backup career. We'll start on the bunny slopes. I'll teach you pizza and french fries. There'll be a thermos of hot cocoa waiting for you.
I do not want to hold you back.
Oh, you're fine. We'll take it at your pace. I enjoy slowing down, remember? We're doing this again. Make plans.
Did Sarah ever tell you how we first met?
Let me guess. A friendly conversation in a library.
Eventually. But first, we faced each other in the Abbey grounds, prepared to do battle.
I missed the fight of the century?
It was more of a standoff.
Was there much zapping? Did anything explode? Any Hellfire pinwheels?
Some zapping, no explosions, and I've never heard of Hellfire pinwheels.
My upbringing introduced me to peculiar magic.
Quite. Where was I? Ah, the Abbey grounds. You see, I'd stumbled upon the Abbey despite its many wards. The stink of the Darkhold drew me to your resting place. As I attempted to locate that vile tome, Sarah nearly took my head off with magic as old as the world. She thought me a sorcerous scavenger come to exhume you.
Her opening strikes are rarely evaded. I'm glad her first salvo missed.
As am I. You are both wonderful company. I would hate to have missed out on it on account of death.
So how did your face-off end?
Agatha arrived, asked why we were standing with arms outstretched like fashionable zombies, and invited me in for tea.
This I can imagine.
One arched eyebrow ended a sorcerer's duel. For all my mystical mettle, Agatha was at times the strongest of us all. I shall fondly await our next outing.
So, you've been dead?
Yes?
What's on the other side?
Of death?
Yes, blazing trumpets, fiery pits, Thor's backyard. Where did you end up?
The barking was endless. Wagging tails stretched to the horizon. But after my death, I learned that all dogs really do go too.
I'm gonna stop you right there, boss. See if Corgius was not on my afterlife bingo card. I have a betting pool going on which religion was, right. I was really hoping you could give me an edge.
I guess you will have to figure it out for yourself.
Let's hope that's in many, many years. I can never have too many of these.
Don't tell me. Red Skull's plans for Wundagore monorail.
Close. Red Skull dug them back in World War II, but where they go, well, we're not sure. Yet.
There are some hints in Crossbone's data that a few of the tunnels might even be older.
How much do we trust Crossbone's data?
I trust it enough to investigate and launch reconnaissance. Up for a little smash and grab, Logan?
Ah, I see where this is going. It's a cannonball special. Except that you're throwing me at a whole mountain.
We know you're strong enough to take it.
Want in on the action, Steve?
Negative. I need to poke around Crossbone's hard drive. There's still encryption I can't crack.
Maybe it's spicy love letters from Crossbones to Sin? She's Red Skull's daughter or granddaughter or something. Anyone sharing a family tree with Red Skull is bad news. Dating Crossbones is proof of that pudding.
That's right. I wonder what kind of murder sonnets those two deranged lovebirds wrote to each other. But while it would make some titillating nightmare fuel, we have bigger fish to fry.
And it's a big old doozy of a fish. Something called Project Gottmorder.
Based on my limited German, that sounds promising.
Agreed. Only it could be nothing. Red Skull doled out fancy names left and right. I think the answer's here, in Crossbone's data.
What we do know is that these tunnels go somewhere. And Hydra's hiding something. Something potentially big.
Well, that's more context than I normally get for potential suicide missions. Into the Hydra nest we go. Hope you're not afraid to get dirty, Hunter. If we're really going into those tunnels underneath Mount Wundagore, get ready for some good old-fashioned grime and slime.
Are you saying the Red Skull did not value comfort?
The guy was a Nazi whose head was the color of an inflamed big toe. I doubt he was trucking in lacy throw pillows down there.
I will adjust my expectations.
The map we have is pretty loose, but luckily, you're gonna have me leading the way. So don't worry about getting stuck or lost.
We have a partial map. I think I can handle myself. I am known as the Hunter, after all.
Sure, a partial map will get you partially there. But when you're stuck in a Nazi trap and you're surrounded by whatever's been lurking down there since Red Skull turned off the lights, it may be a good idea to have old Wolverine along. Not that you'll need me, of course.
With any luck, we will learn the Skull's secrets quickly.
Yeah, it'll be good to see what the old bonehead was up to.
You talk as though you knew him.
It's not like we traded punches or anything, but I was in Canadian intelligence during the war. The Skull was definitely on our radar. As nasty as you'd expect. Obsessed with the occult.
And this Project Gottmorder?
That's new to me. Hopefully it lives up to its name. I'd hate to go all the way down there and find out it's just a regular old mortar.
Your jokes are mordering me, Logan.
Whoa, nice German humor, Hunter. If I had a hat on, I'd tip it to you right now.
Danke.
Whatever it is, I hope we can get it out of there. I don't want to spend more time in those tunnels than I have to.
On that, we can agree.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. I tell you, there's nothing better than a bunch of spooky tunnels.
Is there something I can help you with? You were looking at me funny.
Was I? Huh. You read me so well. I was just thinking about how much you remind me of Lilith when she was young.
You have never really spoken of her before.
I guess I don't like to dredge up old memories, especially the painful ones.
What was my mother like when she was younger?
Better than me, that was for sure. She was the brave one, kind and courageous. Everyone loved her. Me most of all. So you can imagine how hard it was for me when she sold her soul.
Perhaps you did not know her as well as you thought.
I suppose you're right. As much as I don't want to admit it. She had everything going for her. Everything. Beauty, brains, talent, compassion. She could have done anything, and she just threw it all away for power. What a waste. We should have been a family.
I suppose we have each other.
Yes. Yes, we do. And for now, that is enough.
You're headed into unsecured tunnels beneath Mount Wundagore with Wolverine as your guide. I'd understand if you've got some worries.
Considering the Red Skull connection, I'm surprised you will not be leading us.
Normally, I would be leading the charge. Unfortunately, I need to keep working to decode the rest of the drive.
If Crossbones intended for you to be there, it may be better that you are not.
I'm not one to hide from a fight, but I appreciate you and Logan looking out for me, Hunter.
What was Logan saying about someone named Sin?
Ah, yes. She's a member of Red Skull's family. I've tangled with her a few times. She's a chip off the old block. Minus the giant Red Skull, of course.
Do you think she knows about this Project Gottmorder?
I have no doubts. I caught her trying to raid a museum for some of Red Skull's artifacts. If Crossbones was going to give his intel to anyone besides Lilith, it would have been her.
But he did not. He gave it to you.
Right. And that leaves us little choice. If we don't find this Project Gottmorder, it's only a matter of time before Sin does.
How can this be? It seems we have been walking in circles for hours.
It's been 20 minutes. Relax. We're close.
You said that after your last sniff.
And I was right. If this is supposed to be an ambush, I've seen better.
Ambush? This is a slaughter.
No kidding. They were trying to get inside that vault. I don't believe in coincidences. Which means...
Project Gutermorder.
I'd bet my life on it.
So did they.
Guess Hydra just dropped a rung or two on the bad guy food chain.
Maybe so. Still, this Lilin feels different somehow. Feral.
You sniff that out?
We can debate the hows and whys later. Get that vault open before more of these things show up.
Too late for that.
You're You're right about that thing. Smells like it died, then crawled through hot garbage.
That is one way of describing it.
I'd be more concerned with how it fights, not how it smells.
Easy for you to say. It's not breathing down your neck. Nothing to report.
They're no match for us.
Hands on the ugly one. My turn now.
Why are they all still looking at me?
I haven't seen that kind of Hydra regalia since the war.
Old Johan was probably hoping to hide out here if things went south. Guess he didn't make it.
We have our hands full as it is without having to worry about Red Skull, too.
Give me a hand.
Now that was impressive. How invigorating. No mercy for the servants of Earth. Now that was something.
That's not enough. Another wave?
I am still the prize.
Hydra had that place sealed up tight. So where are those things coming from?
The way they move, these Lilin may have come from beyond our world. Walls are no obstacle to them.
Just when I thought I'd smelled it all. That must have taken practice.
You were too weak for this fight. Some for the rest of us. Your loyalty to the Mother of Demons will be your undoing.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Whatever gets the job done. Still waiting.
Give an old man a hand. Now for something real special. Rip you a new one.
Chaos Unleashed!
That must have taken practice. Luck for you, bud.
I am impressed.
Time to see if Red Skull really did hide his ultimate weapon here.
Say we found your god killer.
An old Enigma lock. Hang on. I think I might be able to decipher the sequence.
Got your decoder ring right here.
Great. Dollars to donuts, that alarm still leads somewhere.
Let's not stick around to find out. The hell you waiting for, kid? This way.
Crossbones command ship.
You gotta be kidding me.
The Temple of Chthon.
Not what I'm talking about. Better brace yourselves.
This is why we enter the code.
That's a real mean guard dog they got for this place.
You need to look for a way out. Can't beat him in a straight fight.
We'll either figure something out or die trying.
You sure know how to rally the troops, Logan.
Good luck for you, bud.
Where have I seen that before?
are not worthy of her!
The light will carry you onward!
I owe you a Coke.
This shall be of great help. I will make this quick.
You're still holding back, Hunter. I can feel your true power.
She doesn't ask much in return, only an end to your meddling.
That's your strength.
You've been practicing, haven't you?
Mother will wait no longer. You will see her soon. Do you see the glow of Wundagore? The time is almost at hand.
Always some doomsday prophecy or ancient evil with you guys. Almost makes me miss Magneto.
You were too weak for this fight. They cannot possibly match your strength.
I gladly serve Lilith in return for this gift. No more!
Wish I could tell you we had some kind of air support or evac on the way.
That would be too easy.
You'll leave when Mother says so, not before.
Want it done right, gotta do it yourself. Not looking good.
Now that was something.
Done waiting.
Mother will always shield me. She has chosen me to finish this. Thunder!
So that's how you got this far.
This is the way!
Running out of options here.
And space.
One chance, Hunter. Return with me to Mother, and I will spare what remains of your friends.
Man, I miss the torn purple pants days.
It may be our only chance.
That ain't a chance, kid. It's a monster. So come on, Ugly. Let's finish this.
Finish this, Logan. Yes, I will!
Thank you for coming, Hunter. I need to talk to you about the artifact from the Red Skull's vault. The occult emanations coming from this god killer are unlike anything I have ever encountered.
When I gripped it, I saw a face. The face of Chthon.
Yes, I suspected as much. The darkness I sense here is beyond the realm of mortals. It's no surprise Red Skull was seeking that level of power. This is more than just an artifact. But whatever it is could represent a change in the direction of our battle against Lilith.
The best way to understand power is to wield it. It is called God Killer for a reason.
And what if that power consumes you and turns you against us? What if this thing was really a trap, designed to ensnare the power mad and foolish?
I do not know.
And we cannot take that chance. I think the safest option is to keep it here in the forge for a bit longer, at least until I've had a chance to study it more. I don't think anyone should handle it until we know what it is for sure.
Very well. And how long do you think that will take?
Well, I think the world will be ending soon, so hopefully before that. I need to consult my grimoires. Check back with me when you can.
Okay, cut the bull, Stark. I know you've got something to hold Hulkbuster up your sleeve. Let's have it.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do have some Hulkbuster armor back in one of my warehouses, but it's only a stopgap, not a solution. Especially with the Hulk in his current state.
So a smart guy like you never bothered to come up with a fail-safe in case the green chunk ever went psycho?
We found the most effective way to control Hulk was Banner himself. There is no better failsafe.
And now that Banner's gone screwy, nothing? No plan for when things got really tough?
There are always plans, Logan. Sending him off-world, perhaps?
Outer space? That's really the best you could come up with?
I don't see you coming up with anything better.
I'm raising the warning now. When the time comes and we don't have an easy solution, I'm ready to take the hard path. And you'd better be prepared to follow me.
What is this about the God Killer?
The hilt. It looks a lot like the metal your collar is forged from.
Orichalcum. How can that be?
I'm not sure it is. It's just a hunch. Strange should examine it, see if my hunch is right. Because if it is, the God Killer might be our best shot at taking my sister's life, putting an end to all this madness.
Is that not what we all want? An end to this?
There's only 2.5 members of the Blood left in all creation, Hunter. When we defeat her, my only sister will be dead, and our kind will be nearly extinct.
Blood is not thicker than water, Sarah. We have no obligation to be loyal to someone just because we happen to be born into the same biological family. True family is chosen. Lilith chose to walk away from ours long ago.
Well put, Hunter. I needed to hear that.
I needed to hear myself say it too.
Perhaps we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves too much. We're not even sure the handle of that blade is made of orichalcum.
Strange will find out.
Make sure he does.
I never expected the Red Skull would trouble me again. Yet here we are. When I woke up this morning, the Red Skull was the furthest thing from my mind. Yet now it seems he's a key player, even from beyond the grave.
In my experience, the grave is but a way station, not a destination.
Every time I think I've got my mind wrapped around this conflict, I get thrown a curveball.
The Red Skull was your sworn enemy, no? Surely you have some sense of what to expect from him.
I fought the Red Skull countless times, and he never failed to surprise me. The only thing I could count on was his unbridled lust for power.
Which would explain why he had a blade called God Killer.
Good point. I guess I shouldn't be so shocked to find him tangled up in all this.
Earlier, you mentioned the Red Skull was drawn to the occult.
Like a fly to a rotting carcass. How much do you know about World War II?
I did not realize there was a World War I.
I'll just sum it up. Red Skull was a man whose ambition knew no limits. And when our world didn't give him enough, he looked beyond it for even more power.
A very dangerous man indeed.
And we're all safer that he's no longer among the living.
I do not know if anyone ever thanks you for your service, but allow me to tell you thanks.
I'm just doing my job.
And you were very good at it. Otherwise, I imagine this world would have fallen into an even worse situation long ago.
It's true. I prevented the Red Skull from harming the world countless times. But there's not much time to rest on my laurels. There's always another Red Skull coming around the corner.
I wonder how the Red Skull came to share my mother's obsession with Chthon anyway.
Oh, I'm sure he tried to find your mother to help him. All part of his Project Gutmortar.
My mother never would have allowed him to share her power.
Well, I don't think he got that blade just to put it under glass, if you know what I mean.
He planned to use it all right.
Now we just need to figure out why Crossbones wanted me to have it. Whatever the Red Skull wanted with that weapon, it wasn't good.
I've squared off against Hulk a lot of times over the years. None of them were pretty.
Dr. Banner used to be the upside to the Hulk.
They're both a complicated guy. Guys, whatever. Hulk messed me up a bunch of times,
But a demon queen twisting Dr. Banner's genius, loosening his darkest impulses, and enabling him to perform torturous experiments. That's something none of us have seen. Except me.
it's always the science-y quiet ones that inflict the most damage.
I'll drink to that. As we say in Transia, to our shared pain.
Did I ever tell you about the time the Hulk tore me in half?
This sounds like a story I cannot pass up.
I was in the path of a Category 5 Hulk smash storm. Big Green pulled me apart like it was wing night at his favorite pub, and I was the chicken.
Well, that sounds absolutely horrible.
Then Hulk threw my legs 4 miles away from the rest of me.
What?
Up a snow-covered mountain. Had to claw my way to him.
How did you survive?
That lovely, forceful bisection put my healing factor to the test. Had to find my legs by their scent. My scent, if you catch my drift.
As long as Lilith controls the Hulk, we are at a disadvantage.
Yep, and we're sorely lacking in the Hulk killer department.
I volunteer you, Wolverine.
We all know what's gonna happen, Hunter. Doesn't mean I gotta be eager about it. Well, no matter what, we are sorely lacking in the Hulk killer department. Anytime someone wants my opinion, it means we're really screwed.
Remind me not to brainstorm with you anymore.
Makes sense. I'm more of a claws out kind of guy. Anyway, glad you enjoyed our little Hulk survivors group. We'll meet again if we survive him next time.
After seeing Banner's soul twisted under Lilith's control, I see why Bruce used to doubt himself so much. He mistrusts the green brute because deep inside, Banner doesn't trust himself. Another thing he and I have in common.
There is still hope for Banner.
Yes, there is always hope. But do you think it's possible I'll ever see Bruce Banner in the same way ever again?
He will remember his actions, and he will be filled with guilt.
Being under Lilith's control was both thrilling and horrifying. It's conflicting and confusing. Even now, I know it was wrong, but a part of me relished the power she conjured in me.
My mother has a gift for getting in your head, and your soul.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, Hunter.
You are not alone, Wanda. When the time comes, we will face your demons, our demons, together.
Thank you, Hunter. That gives me some strength.
I should have known you'd wind up here eventually. You were somehow always here as a child.
If only I had known him. And still you masked even this from me. My own father's grave?
It wasn't you I was hiding it from. I've been making a lot of apologies to you lately. Now, they probably don't mean that much. But I am sorry, Hunter. Lilith's relationship with your father went against our ways, our purpose, or so I believed at the time. It was the Elder Gods themselves who first breathed life into us. Human notions like falling in love couldn't possibly be part of their plan.
And then you met Agatha.
If only I'd realized it sooner. I might have been a little kinder towards him, especially at the end.
What happened?
A great sickness came upon this area just before you were born. Your father was one of the first to fall.
With all your power, the two of you, you could not save him?
Lilith was a gifted healer, but this was no ordinary plague. The corruption went beyond his physical body. In the end, there was nothing we could do.
What did Lilith do?
She did what anyone would have done. She grieved. But in her grief, she lost herself, and her grief turned into anger.
Is that when you took me from her?
It wasn't long after that. Things started to fall apart before my eyes. I couldn't see another way out but to run.
The plague that turned her into the mother of demons?
No, this was something else, but cut from the same cloth. Your mother was no longer the woman I knew, the sister I had fought alongside for centuries. She was gone.
I have never heard you talk this way before, Sarah.
It's hard to walk the grounds here without churning up so many old memories. Maybe now you understand why I don't venture out here that often anymore.
You were not affected by the plague?
We were all affected, whether we were among the sick or not. I'm sure there was a time when your mother and I both would have just as soon joined the dead than continue to watch the villagers suffer.
I cannot imagine you ever reaching that point.
Lilith may have been the most skilled herbalist in the New World. I saw her perform near miracles with the potions she concocted from the plants in her garden. She was consumed by the idea of finding a cure.
But she never found one.
No, despite her efforts, nothing ever worked.
I can see how that would be a dark time for both of you.
With darker times still to come.
Thank you, Sarah. Your timing may need work, but I appreciate the honesty.
Anything for you, Hunter. Anything.